Fishing is a game. Actually, it's more like a puzzle. You gather all the pieces, put them together to see the big picture, whether you're fishing for a day, a couple of days, or a full week. Well, that's the situation that we're in now. We're at Agnew Lake Lodge in Ontario's near north fishing for the next week. I looked at the forecast and things don't look pretty. We're gonna have to sit down, gather all those pieces in order to put this puzzle together. This is coming up next on The New Fly Fisher.
The New Fly Fisher has been made possible thanks to Northeastern Ontario Tourism, GoFishinOntario.com, Orvis Sporting Traditions, Scientific Anglers, Able Reels, Ross Reels, Superfly, fly fishing for everyone.
We all know as fly anglers, we are at the mercy of the weather. So what do you do when your yearly week away fishing with family or friends is met with a very grumpy Mother Nature? This just happens to be the case, as I have the opportunity to fish with local fly fishing enthusiast Pete Leduc and Agnew Lake Lodge owner Jan Meyer. Smallmouth bass are the order of the week, if we can figure out where they are, and of course, what they're eating. Agnew Lake in Ontario's near north is part of the Lower Spanish River system. It's 22 miles or 36 kilometers long and is teeming with walleye, northern pike, perch, and of course, trophy smallmouth bass. The lake is rugged and is dramatically varied in both depth and structure. Accessibility to Agnew Lake is easy, which makes it an ideal destination for a fishing vacation. A 5-hour drive from Toronto, Ontario, or a quick flight from many urban centers, you can access Agnew Lake Lodge and can often be fishing the same day you left. It's early fall and the weather has been challenging at best. Not only are we dealing with cold frontal conditions, we are dealing with fronts, within fronts, from hour to hour. We have an idea of where to begin on Agnew Lake, but of course, slowing down is the key. After a tough morning on day one, we started to put the pieces of the puzzle together.
You know, we had a great morning here at Agnew Lake Lodge, fishing for smallmouth bass. We started out today fishing regular bass gear, you know, poppers, crayfish, streamers, muddler minnows, etc. We never really came tight with anything bigger than 1.5 pounds. So because we're post-frontal, I'm gonna slow things down dramatically. What I've done is I've tied on a double rig. So what I've done here is I've tied on 2 woolly buggers. The top one is the big hook, the heavily weighted fly, and it's red and white. And then the bottom one, about 18 inches below, is a purple and black. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast this out. I've got a sinking tip, full sinking tip on, and I'm gonna let it go right to the bottom, and I'm gonna slowly, very painstakingly bring it back. The fish are here. They just are lazy because of this cold front, so we're gonna turn them on using some woolly buggers. Oh, what a great technique, and it works brilliantly. So I haven't changed anything from this morning. I'm still throwing my 5-weight with the sinking tip, 10-pound leader material on, but I've double rigged it. I've got the top fly, which is the red and white woolly bugger, and the bottom, which is the purple and black. Well, he's not nearly as big as I thought, but you know what? It proves that this technique is going to work this afternoon. I guarantee you we're going to catch a lot more smallies. You know, it's so exciting when you try something new just out of the blue. Slowing down proves to work right away. I was nervous to do it because it's out of my box. It's outside the box for me. But first cast, nice smallie. I'm gonna keep doing it all day long until the conditions prove that I need to change. Good fish, Pete. Really good fish. You want me to grab him for you?
Sure, in the net, please, if you want. He jumps, yeah!
It's big fish of the day, Pete. It's a good one.
Oh.
It's coming at you.
Yeah, no, he's not coming at me, but he took off and then he kind of stopped and I'm trying to bring him back, but.
Big one of the day, man. Congratulations. Let's get it in.
Man, you don't want to come in. Hang on, Mark, I'll bring him to you.
I'm not going anywhere. I'd say you've got a 3 to a 3.5 pound smallmouth bass here, Pete.
I was scared to lose him on that 4-pound tippet. Ready? Oh, man.
Nice fish.
Barely hooked on double hooks.
Congratulations, man.
I kiss fish any day. They don't talk back. Man, that was a blast.
Agnew Lake Lodge is a family fishing fun resort where everybody should have a spot and should be able to have a good time. When we took over, it was mainly fishing and hunting, but we had our own kids at that time and really enjoyed the family part. Dad can go fishing with the kids and Mom can stay on the deck and enjoy the environment. It's kind of unique, but it's a good combination, and it worked out for us. We're busy, and a lot of people, like it. We got some water toys for the kids and little play areas, and it doesn't bother the fishermen that there's kids playing because they still can go fishing. We run a service business, and I think if you're in the service business, you got to do your best to provide the service they want. So people want a clean cabin, it's good fishing, it's beautiful environment, good to have a good time.
During the transition from summer into fall, smallmouth bass will eventually push into deep water and forage for bait. We know there are fish in the rivers and creeks, but part of this weather puzzle is to see if they've moved into deeper water, either from change of seasons or repeated relentless cold fronts. We give this technique a shot for a couple of hours, then head back to the river to explore.
So it's the morning of day 2 here at Agnew Lake Lodge, and going to bed last night, I thought we were sitting pretty for today. But Mother Nature, sometimes being the grumpy girl that she is, threw us a curveball. Our high pressure system left. Clouds moved in, it's cool again. Jan, what do you think these bass are gonna do here?
Like I said this morning, like every day of fishing, it might be great and it might be a little tough.
So Jan's throwing a streamer, and I've decided to go topwater to see if they're still sort of comfortable. If they're not comfortable, I'm gonna switch back to what we were doing yesterday and slow things down and see if I can get them out of their cold funk. Jan, fish. That was cool, man. It was out here and I saw him come up, I saw the flash. Good job, can I help you?
No,
I'm sitting here trying to untangle. Nice.
There you go.
Great fish to start the day, man. I'll let you do the honors, sir. Well done. What are you fishing with? What weight? Is that a 5 weight? 5.6.
Oops. Not too bad.
I can tell he's not happy with it,
No,
which bodes well
we can
because...
double the size, but we'll take it.
All right, it's a good start in this kind of weather.
That's for sure.
Yeah, that's a good bass. Get him on the reel. Whoa, we've been fishing this double rig, and just as the rain comes down, I think I hit a rock out here. But what I'm trying to do now is every time I think I hit a rock, I leave it. I don't retrieve it back in, I leave it. I imagine that these fish are eating crayfish. And oftentimes I can only imagine that if they try to eat a crayfish and it doesn't go successfully, that they get stung in the mouth. Well, by leaving that bait there, that allows that fish to circle back. Maybe that fish has thought that it's injured that crayfish or that minnow and come back and eat it. So don't bring it in right away. Wait until you're sure that it's a rock or something else, and this might be the best smallmouth of the day. Woo! Under the boat. It also shows on poor conditions for fishing. You really need to stick it out and put your time in. We've had a very slow day today, not indicative of Agnew Lake. But you know what? We've grinded it out, and at the end of the day, we find success. Bring them to you, Jan. Nice. Good job. Thank you, sir. Look, it just fell right out, almost like it was barbless. Look at that. Now that is a nice smallmouth bass. Caught on a double rig, minnow pattern. Slow things down when the weather turns sour, and you'll be rewarded. What we're doing today is we're trying to locate these fish. We've been fishing around Agnew Lake for a couple of days now, having trouble finding them. We know there's fish in the rivers, but what we're doing is running and gunning, spending no more than 20 minutes at each spot, power fishing. One of us is deep, one of us is shallow. We're trying to locate these fish, find out what they're doing, and find out what they want to eat. Nice.
Sean.
They came right out of the water for it, huh?
Not a big one again, but
He's digging down, trying to get to that wood, huh?
mm-hmm.
What'd you get that on?
On a popper,
An orange popper.
one we both didn't like. What's he spitting out? Worms?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Stay away from there, my friend.
So exciting on topwater, isn't it? There we go.
There we go.
On the popper. Nice fish.
Man, did he ever take it?
Yeah, he took it deep. Popped right out.
There you go.
Nice fish, huh? Well done.
Nice little one. There we go.
Good job. We've been struggling today. As you can see, it was cloudy this morning, and things have brightened up pretty much perfectly. It's blue sky, gin clear water, so we've decided to change things up again. We have been fishing down deep with a double rig, and in another spot we had a couple blow-ups on a popper. So we decided that we'd come into this little bay, which is a proven bay here, right, Jan?
Yeah.
And throw the popper out, and sure enough, success right away. So.
I got a little fishy on the line.
Have you seen it? You know what it is?
Not a nice bass, yeah. He took a little jump when he took it.
Running upstream.
And he's not planning to come in. There he goes.
Jan, how do you deal with people that come to the lodge when you have difficult conditions like this? How do you educate them on how to
Just
actually hook up?
Keep trying every trick in the book. And at a certain point, they should come out and should start hitting lures or flies. Just put on a nice flashy pink woolly fly, and he seemed to like it.
That is pink.
Very pink.
There you go. Nice fish, man.
Cute. Just in the corner there.
It's also good to know that, you know, if the lake isn't producing on fly, you've always got the rivers that you can go to and the creeks, right? Moving water, lots of oxygen. They're wonderful.
Not a winner yet, but
We'll get there.
fish.
Nice.
Every time I think I'm going to change to a popper,
Yeah.
they still are hitting. Give me a minute.
There you go. Now, the beauty of what we're doing here is actually really, really smart in that we're not only covering water, but we're also covering patterns. And when I say patterns, I mean Jan is fishing a minnow pattern, subsurface, dark, black and red, right?
Yeah.
And I'm fishing topwater, light, and it's telling us what the fish want. The bigger fish seem to want topwater. Yeah, little barb. You know, little fish are eating the minnows, and the bigger fish are hitting the topwater baits.
Our main rod is a 5-weight with an Orvis Bat and Kill 3 reel. We are using both a full sinking and a floating line and 6 to 10 pound leader material. The second rod is a 10'3" 8-weight with an Able 7 to 8N large arbor reel, as there are lots of pike to be found at Agnew Lake. It's spooled with a Scientific Angler weight forward line and 20-pound leader.
Fish.
Nice one.
Oh, giant!
That was the big one. Yeah, I'm probably going to change after this. Nope, I don't.
Fish. I just had a fish swirl up on my popper, and it looks like, Jan, you picked him up. Good work. We've been here at Agnew Lake Lodge for a couple of days now, and the fishing has been extremely difficult. I look at it this way. I imagine that this is my 1-week summer vacation that I get to bring the family to a great place like Agnew Lake Lodge to go fishing. You only get 1 week. This was my week. And what we did was we stuck to the plan, and we stayed down and we fought for every single fish we caught. It's now the final day, and we finally figured them out. Whether it's color, pressure change, or what have you, we're on them.
There.
A little better? He inhaled that. What'd you get him on?
A red minnow pattern.
With barbell eyes.
Yeah.
So you're down a little deeper, huh? And you know that things have changed because we're getting them on top and we're getting them subsurface as well. So the fish are telling us that they're hungry and they're eating.
Every fish is half an inch bigger that we catch now, so.
We're going in the right direction anyway. I guess when we started trying you on, things turned around. We weren't holding our tongues right or something. Wow, just all of a sudden, things just go crazy. River fish are a different breed, aren't they?
They're strong.
Right into the net. Perfect.
Nice.
It's as exciting as it gets every single time you're able to catch one on topwater. Great fish. Look at that popper. It's absolutely destroyed. But you know what? That's the name of the game. Let's let this guy go. Well, that about does it for this episode of The New Fly Fisher. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed being up here at Agnew Lake Lodge. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Pete LeDuc and Ellie, and of course, Jan Meyer. Agnew Lake Lodge, the perfect family getaway with unbelievable fishing. And don't forget, if you're on that family vacation and the weather turns south, stick with it. You'll have success. For The New Fly Fisher and everybody involved, I'm Mark Melnyk. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the lake.
The New Fly Fisher has been made possible thanks to Northeastern Ontario Tourism, GoFishinOntario.com, Orvis Sporting Traditions, Scientific Anglers, Able Reels, Ross Reels, Superfly, fly fishing for everyone.
To learn more about the New Fly Fisher, our locations, contests, news, and much more, come visit and like us on Facebook.